it together. But I'm going to also give shout out again, massive shout out to the Arsenal defense. We are very, very composed. At no point are you feeling that Arsenal was under siege or they are going to concede any goal. Gabriel Saliba. The second half, of course, started since the intensity and the pace increased a little bit. Both teams tried to, or outmatch each other and move forward a little bit faster and with more conviction and confidence. And that was what led to the penalty. Transit TV, welcome back again to the studios. Welcome back, day 4 of this year's Champions League. Arsenal played today. Atletico Madrid played. Barcelona had lost to Olympique Marseille. And earlier on in the day, Leverkusen away from home 4-0 against Feyenoord. But we're going to look at the Arsenal Atalanta game. This game had so many build up and hype going into it. Atalanta, beat Liverpool 3-0 at Anfield and once the 1-1 draw in Italy, and they knocked out Liverpool and won the Europa finals against Leverkusen last season. So there are no newcomers to Europe. They are not any small team. At Arsenal on their own have been on the way up in the English Premier League. You remember they lost that in the quarterfinals last season in Champions League against Bayern Munich. So it was always going to be, and these are two teams, well-coached teams that are very, very, their coaches are very, very rigid in their tactics and their approach into the game. So it was always going to be an interesting watch for those who look out for specifics in games. So yeah, we're going to look at this game right quick and let you know 5 things that we found out or we picked up for talking points in this game. And you can let us know what you think in the comment section. Please, if you are new to this channel, don't forget to subscribe right quick. Please, hit the like button. Hit the like button. We really need to. Let's get some 20, 30 likes on this video to help us push our content out there. We really don't forget to hit the like button and share the video as well if you have not done so. Yes, let's go into this one. Like I said, there was so much talk before this game, but one thing I'm going to say, it was not a good watch for neutrals. It was not an exciting game. It was boring for large spans. I mean, when you come into games like this, maybe the first 10, 15 minutes, you try to feel each other out. But in this one, for the entire first 45 minutes, there was really nothing. The two teams created absolutely nothing. There was just 2 times that one apiece that both teams had a sight on goal, and those chances were blazed way above into the crowds, into the stands. Martinelli on one hand, on the other hand, I think it was Lukman, I can't remember who, for Atalanta. And that was just the story of the first half. It kept, Arsenal was really very slow in transition, especially in that first half. They looked very reluctant to go forward and created absolutely nothing. Having the setup for Arsenal, the personnel that Arteta went with, it changed it from what he went with against Tottenham, playing Kai Havertz in the midfield and Gabriel Jesus starting up front. Jesus looked lost. Didn't really have an idea how to help Arsenal create or score goals. Kai Havertz, for me, in the midfield, was not effective as well. So that first half was slow. It was boring. There was really nothing to cheer about. But one thing that you can say out of that is that Arsenal has grown in terms of, and this is what Tata has been doing with this team since this season. They are not that explosive anymore. The intensity is a little bit, so they kind of grow into games or weigh teams out, which might not be a bad thing from a tactical point of view because you don't expose yourself so much to danger. But the only thing bad with that approach is you have to be clinical. Teams that play that way, you have to have a clinical striker or players up front that if you play that way and by any means you have one or two chances, you're sure to take one. So, but in this case, yeah, it wasn't like that. Martinelli has been off pace completely, and so Havertz, you can argue is not an out-and-out striker, though he does a job in that position. Saka himself is a little bit off pace right now. So it looks as though he's setting up his team to be difficult to beat and then hope to get chances, and take them, especially from set pieces. So in that regard, it worked for him. But like I said, Jesus, Martinelli, these two players, Martinelli lacks conviction right now. Sometimes to even take on play on a defender is difficult for him. He really is unsure. He takes shots on goal. It's not convincing. There's really lack of confidence in Martinelli at the moment. Like I said before, I think he needs to be dropped for the starting lineup a little bit to cool off and, recreate and regenerate his mind and brain. Jesus, I don't think he's back from the injury. There's something about Jesus that is not looking good at the moment. He's off pace with the rest of the team. Maybe with time, as he gets into the rhythm, it will come. But for now, I don't. Yeah, these are the two players that really didn't. The second half, of course, started. Since the intensity and the pace increased a little bit, both teams tried to, outmatch each other and move forward a little bit faster and with more conviction and confidence. And that was what led to the penalty that was caused by very, very lazy defending by Thomas Partey. I mean, Partey has played in the right. Somehow, the Arsenal defense was opened up and Partey found himself in the right back position. And against Ederson, who for me was the most enterprising and lively player in the Atalanta, if not the entire team, both teams. And he took him on into the box, and Partey tripped him, and the penalty call was made. Though it was a borderline decision for me, the referee could have chosen otherwise, but I mean, for VAR to look at it that long, that tells you that it wasn't a very clear. But the referee made a decision. It looked like it was too very clear in his eye. I didn't understand the hastiness in that making that decision. But this is not in any way blaming the referee. Partey should have done better in that position. He was lazy and he opened up that channel for the player to run in. And once that player he got past you, you didn't need to do that. You could have passed him on to Saliba or something, or just try and stand strong. But he tried to grab the player, kept fouling him from outside the box to inside the box, and eventually the penalty was given. And again, what do you get from David Raya? This guy has been immense for Arsenal. And this is what you get. This is why teams are called teams, because everybody bring different ingredients into the team and make it what it is. Some people will tell you now that Arsenal is not good because they don't the keeper that is saving them, but he's part of the team. Again, David Raya is every day keeps proving why Arteta made a decision to bring him ahead of Rambo last season. A decision many questioned at the time. But right now, it's really been very, very perfect. Because he's not just making saves, he's also making the follow-up attempts, on goal. He saved this penalty. But something is very, very important to talk about. While VAR was checking out the penalty, David Raya went and spoke to the goalkeeper's coach on the line for a few minutes or few seconds before going to take going to the post. And so, and these are the little details. I mean, I thought I'd talk about margins. These are the little margins he was talking about last season. Every day we see this thing, it looks like the coaching of this Arsenal team is very, very meticulous. And this is where you have to give Arteta credit. Yes, he's really doing a very, very good job. And each time he talks about his coaches, the staff that work with him. You can see that everybody is on the same page. These coaches look sometimes even look more dedicated, appear more dedicated than Ateta himself. They are so committed to the cause that everybody, all these tiny bits are coming together for the team. So yeah, kudos to that goalkeeper coach. Whatever he told that the Raya was interviewed after the game, and he said, of course, he's not going to tell you what the coach told him, but he said they tried to have a plan going into the penalty kick, and whatever plan that they had obviously worked, because for me that was the clearest chance in this game, and Raya managed to save that penalty, and not just save the penalty, save the rebound as well. Yeah, so yeah, that the Raya, kudos to you again. For me, man of the match, because without that save and the follow-up save, I'm not sure Arsenal would have come home from Italy with any points. Then after that, or was it before that, Atalanta had made one change, bringing on Cuadrado. And so once after that penalty, Arsenal themselves had a double change. Trossard came in, and Jorginho came. Jorginho replaced Thomas Partey. Trossard replaced Gabriel Jesus, which meant that Kai Havertz moved forward and Trossard played in the 10th position, which he did against Tottenham. And once this happened, you could see immediately the pace of the game increased. Arsenal were a little bit more enterprising and exciting, and they tried to put Atalanta under pressure. A few minutes later, Atalanta coach responded, and things evened out again. So it looks like for the long haul that Odegaard is going to be out. For me, for what I've seen these last two games, it looks like Trossard is going to be a better option to have in that 10 position that Kai Havertz. But the thing is that Kai Havertz does a lot of defending, playing in that position. So probably that helped the team to stay strong in the defense. Another thing I found out that when Kai Havertz moved forward, he now looked better than Gabriel Jesus in that position. His pressing was different. His ability to drag the defenders different ways, put them on, put some chaos in that defense was more effective than when Jesus was there. So I don't know if he's seen, I'm sure he sees these things. I think Kai Havertz should be left to be playing in that position. Figure out how to play between Trossard, Declan Rice, Thomas Partey, Jorginho, and Nwaneri. Let them figure out who they play in that mid. Kai Havertz is not effective as a midfielder. He does better for us now move forward. And that's that for the subs. Like I said, Trossard injected more pace into the game and brought more forward plays for Arsenal, and gave more options for the defensive players to pass the ball and progress with the ball and transit the ball to Atalanta. So yeah, that's the way I saw, and the changes were effective. Of course, you also know that Raheem Sterling came in as well, and from what I see, he's still trying to bed into the way Arsenal plays. And the way Arsenal plays is way different from the way Chelsea plays. So it's going to take him a few games to get up to speed to the dynamics of the Arsenal team, which is what I saw today. So I'm not going to. Yeah, he didn't do nothing. Sterling didn't do nothing. I think he has a lot of catch up to do to play in this team. Let's look at the performances in the game. For me today, Bukayo Saka, Martinelli, Gabriel Jesus performed poorly. Partey had a good game up until he considered that penalty. He had a good game. He kept it together, knitted it together. But I'm going to also give massive shout out to the Arsenal defense. They were very, very composed. At no point were you feeling that Arsenal was under siege or they were going to concede any goal. Gabriel Saliba, and William Saliba and Gabriel, these two have turned to become rock in the Arsenal defense. The only chance that Atalanta would have had to score an open goal when Luke won, the only chance he had, the only thing he did in this game today, he has been very, very vital for Atalanta in the games that they have been playing. When he had done a half turn in the Arsenal box, was gearing to take a shot, and Saliba recovered and made a very, very superb clearance. So Saliba for me was it today, but of course David Raya gets the man of the match. The another talking point is going to be Odegaard. the gap, the goalie, the vacuum that Odegaard's injury has created in the national team, you cannot. It's going to take a little bit for us now to figure it out. This as Atalanta has not figured out the way to play without Odegaard. Saka is suffering from it. The entire team is suffering from it. It's really, really huge. Arsenal is struggling to create anything. It's going to take a little bit. It's going to take a while. I tried to do that, but it's going to really, really take a while. Odegaard is a huge miss for Arsenal right now. They are really suffering. Saka cannot perform. Arsenal is finding it difficult to transit. And yeah, that is the Odegaard injury is huge. And this is not just Arsenal. I watched Manchester City yesterday as well. Once KDB got injured and was subbed out, City suffered as well. So yes, every team has these key players. Like today, Ronald Lukman did nothing, offered nothing for Atalanta, and they had nothing going forward as well. So yeah, it's not a dig on Arsenal, but they have to find a way. They have to find a way to play without Odegaard until he comes back. From the look of things, and it's going to take a month or a couple of months before he comes, which one might be. Arsenal would have played about 8 or 10 games cumulatively before he comes back. So they have to find a way. 2 down without him, the 1-1, drawn 1, no one lost yet, going to Etihad on Sunday. We'll see again how that is going to set up this team, but it begins to look like you know what you're going to get. Arsenal are going to try to be very, very difficult to beat and then hit Manchester City. City, the only hope Arsenal will have is City are conceding goals. Though yesterday they had a 0-0 game, but for the most part, they have been conceding goals. That might be the only hope that Arsenal has. So we'll see how that one is going to pan out. Like I said, don't forget to hit the like button if you have not done so. Subscribe as well if you're new to the channel and share this video. And I'll see you on the channel. The panel will be here tomorrow, probably to look at some of the games that I've played already and look ahead to the Etihad on Sunday. And I'll see you next time. Ciao.